Are we live? Are we live? I think we are. Okay, I think we're live. Hi! We are here. And I'm really excited. You know how influencers say I'm really excited about this video because I'm looking at you, Samantha March. She doesn't watch my video, but Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. You win. Kelly always wins. She's always the first one and then the last one out of my videos. She's my super fan. I got a groupie. Kelly's my groupie. Just kidding. Kelly's way too cool to be my groupie. Hey, Rainbow's my groupie. Oh, you just burped. Excuse you, girl. I came back. Was running out and doing stuff, and then I came back, and Rainbow's like, "You came back, mommy," and then she's like, "Wait, you're doing a video? Well, that's not exciting." Pan with Kate is here. But yeah, you guys know how influencers will get on there and they'll be like, "I'm really excited to do this video about," and it's so funny. Samantha March, she cracks me up. Even when she's joking and she's like hilarious, she's still like really like laid back and mellow and whatnot. It's just funny to watch her because she's like, "I'm really excited to today's video. I'm really excited to make," or something like that. Like she does in every single video, and she just sounds totally not excited. It's so hilarious, but she's so cute. So I don't have anything against her because she's adorable and fun to watch. And I think she's a pretty inspiring person. She really does well with what she has and has a lot of gifting. So I want to show you guys this. I hesitated to show you really, but I've got to show you anyhow. I put this on my IG and I was so proud of it. So this is my one and only Tom Ford palette. I got a tester and somebody was asking if these are used. They are not used. This was clear. Hi, me. Hello, me. How are you? You see my reflection in there? Oh, hi. Hello, me. Anyway, this is the real thing. It was sealed with plastic and whatnot. You can see the brushes are still sealed and whatnot, and it wasn't not swatched. Now it's swatched because I swatched it, but I haven't used it yet. But this is the Daydream palette. This is really the only way you can tell it's a tester. It's got the sticker on the back that they put there to show that it's a tester, and then there was no box with it. But that would be the same thing if you got a used anything. I got it on Mercari, and I've never gotten anything there, but I ordered 2 palettes. This is one of them. The other one that's coming is really exciting too. So Annalie Gothic Girl 90s 666 is here. That's a very suitable name for this time of year. Hi, welcome. Join us. Be part of our gang. Anyway, so I was pretty excited about that. So I'm just going to show it to you and brag a little bit that I've got time for it. It cost me like $30 or something like that, plus shipping. Fuzzy floor or flower? Fuzzy flower? Follow. Yes, that too. So, okay. This is a collab, guys. Hi, I'm Priscilla, and I like to talk about things. And I found people to talk to. Isn't that cool? I have friends now, actual friends. Well, I mean, virtual friends. That's a topic. That's a topic. Anyway, so there's a group of very small creators. So we're basically people that have YouTube channels of 100 or less, or kind of around there. Some of them are us are scooching up. I haven't broken 100, but I think maybe one of the girls has. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's anywhere from just a new YouTube channel and expanding from there. So if you're interested in a group that young, we're not young, we're young at heart, of small creators that are just kind of having fun and enjoying talking about beauty. We talk about a bunch of different things, and all of us, it's a really diverse group. We're from all different parts of the world. We have different focuses. I do live streams. That's different than everybody else. We've got the one group that's Megan and Shell are 2 people on their YouTube channel, and they are the beauty goddesses. So if you, man, I should have brushed my hair. There's like chunks in here. The beauty goddesses. So they do like the 2 girls together, and I like that because then you have the conversation there, and that's kind of fun. Brushifly, is it Brushifly? That's just, I'm reading it phonetically, and it's when you are virtual friends with somebody, and then you realize I recognize their name, but I don't know if I'm saying it right. So Goonie Fanatic 15 is with us. Hi, welcome. But Brushifly MUA is on there as well. and backchat_beauty. So there's right now there's 4 of us that are doing this collab. We're using the hashtag tag makeup for fall. And so if you want to participate, make your video or put your post up there and put makeup for fall and then tag us in it, and we would love to have that. But yeah, I have them linked in on my YouTube right now, so you guys can go and follow them. Not right now because you have to watch me. Watch me, okay? But then afterwards go and get them. So oh, okay. Fozzie Flower, we're not interested in that sort of thing. You can go away now. Bye. Thank you. Why do you think that that's appropriate? What is wrong with men? What is wrong with men? Okay, so let's talk about my deets. There's not much. I'm wearing one of my cheap sports bras because, I'm becoming the sports bra goddess. These glasses are from Zenny, and I think they were my second order that I got. So they're like the old school little thin, but I think they're so much fun, and they're actually a deep purple, and they've got these flowers and little rhinestones on the side. So they're cute. Aren't they fun? And then this shirt says not my problem, because it's literally not my problem. Nothing is my problem. That's not true, actually. Keeping rainbow happy, that's my problem. But other than that, so yeah, in this video, we're talking about fall. Oh my goodness, I'm falling apart, but that's normal. That's normal for me. We're talking about fall. And so I'm going to show you some fall palettes that I like. We're going to do a couple fall looks, kind of the looks that I've been digging right now. There's a couple of techniques that I've been really enjoying. Yeah, I like that shirt too. It's from Walmart. I think I got it in the spring. They have like their $3.88 cheap clothes, cheap tank tops. And so I got this from that. Not my problem. It's all good. It's a nice layering piece. You can let it show or not. So if you want to be sassy, you can let the words show. I felt sassy today. Also, it was clean. You know how that goes. Okay, Fozzie, whatever your name is, we're gonna remove you. Bye. Okay. So we've got one down. We don't need to be talking about women's bodies when you haven't been invited to talk about that. That's just so what is wrong with men? Seriously. But you know what? I'm going to say I blame women because it didn't used to be this way. Men didn't used to, go out there and be like, hey, baby, show me this and that and everything else. I mean, I understand that women are just trying to make the money, but you're messing it up for all of us. Now they think they can just tell everybody, hey, I want to see this, I want to see that, and show me this, and let's get naked and all this kind of stuff. It's so yuck. Why would you do that? No. Okay, anyway, you don't know these people. I mean, that's just I don't know. I guess I'm not a prude. I am the furthest thing from a prude you will probably ever meet/see in your life. I'm also not sweet and innocent. I am also probably the furthest thing from sweet and innocent that you will ever meet in your life. But we won't go there. Let bygones be bygones. We've turned over a few new leaves. Speaking of fall, right? All right, so we're going to talk about some of the palettes that I really enjoy for fall that I'm really looking forward to getting into. Some of these I have dabbed into. Some of them I have not. If you happen to see a little pink thing on the back of it, that's because I have a bunch of stacks, and all of these are organized in stacks. Warmy is here. I know. Nut Butter Beauty said rude, and I completely agree. Hi, Warmy. How are you? We still have to plan our date. We haven't hung out yet. I'm just too busy. You got to come hang out with me. You can come walk the dog with me. I'm at work. Yeah, I should be working, but I'm making a video instead. But I'm glad you're taking your boss's money to pay you to watch my video. That's a great use of your boss's money, as long as you're not neglecting your duties. So anyway, so this is one. You guys know that I love the LA Girl formula, and these 16 pan palettes are incredible. So I was going to say incredible, and then I just figured I'd make it Spanish because why not? And this is the one that I thought was kind of the most fall for me. The issue that I have, this is the thing, the reason that none of these palettes really are on my top list, and it's because of the color stories, not because I don't adore the formula, because I adore it. And you can see I haven't even gotten into this one yet. So this is on the list. Yeah, this is actually not in rotation yet, but hopefully I can put it in rotation um, for fall. And yes, Miss Charlie, I absolutely agree. That was just stupid. I'm not offended. I just find it stupid and childish. Like, do you want to impress me with that? What do you think you're accomplishing by asking to see somebody's body? You know, that's why I put happily married on my page, because hello. All right, so this is what it looks like. These are fantastic. I'm not going to get too much into these because I've got to get through the stack of, I think there's 11 in this stack. I tried to make it 10, but I had to make it 11. Coco with love. Hi, welcome. Come into our party. So this is a fantastic palette, and I think it's really great for fall. It's not, I wish they would make some of these that are a little bit more colorful, because I love the formula. The formula is spectacular. I just have not yet seen one, and I've got all of them. I have not all of the 16 pans. I have not yet seen one that's really my color story. But when I do, you better believe I will be exclaiming about it from the mountaintops. This one I am exclaiming from the mountaintops, even though it's not exactly my color story either, but the looks that I got from it were fantastic. And I posted these last week. It's this little Essence dancing green. Oh, by the way, this LA girl, this is the Fierce and Wild, and this is Untamed. So they come into sets of 2, and this is one is Untamed. I don't remember the other one in the set, but this is Dancing Green. Spectacular. You will see 3 looks on this if you go through my IG feed, and they are, I mean, it shocked me how beautiful they were. I kept looking at myself going, oh, it's so pretty. And then another one that I recently used is, this is the Midas X Drench Cosmetics. So it was 2 companies that did a collab together. A little unusual. This is the Butt palette, the Butt and Fro palette, right? I'm still trying to figure out. I think this is boobies up here, and this is a thigh, and this is a butt, and I can't figure out. Is that a ponytail? I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out like what body parts go with what person in this one over here. I got this one figured out, but anyway, this is the Genesis palette, and it is a little bit different. Very blue. So if you are into blues, this is a gorgeous palette. And then because it's got these warm colors and kind of this purpley pink here, kind of fuchsia color, and then these bronzy colors, it really is nice for fall as well. I know I'm going through these rather quickly, but I just want to give you an idea. I'm not really doing a review. I'm just showing you the Dido Venus palette. This one came out of, what's this? Boxy? This came out of Boxy, right? I can't keep Boxy and Ipsy straight sometimes. This one shocked me. I wasn't even sure if I was going to keep it at first, but then I had to dig into it because I saw this bright red. It is gorgeous. It's just like liquid metallic red. And then the other shimmers are really nice. It actually reminds me a lot of the Odin's Eye shimmers. A lot of these shimmers that are in here, like this one right here, they're just super sparkly and super liquid. Really pretty, and I think this is so pretty for fall because of these deep purples and this red, and then kind of the golds and whatnot in here. It is stunning. I know a lot of you have this, so break that up for fall. That's probably one of the most neutral palettes in the bunch. But I also did some looks with that recently, so you can go back and check those. The next one is from Perfusion. You know I love Perfusion, and this one is a newer one. These are available on Walmart. The packaging gets scratched up. It's not the best packaging, but it's $5, so I'm not complaining. This is the color story. This duochrome right here is kind of the standard brown to blue green shift, but it's a really pretty duochrome, and it works really, really well with these colors. And then you have this kind of coppery, almost pinkish coppery sort of shimmer over here, and that works really well. The rest of these are all mattes. There is a little bit of sparkle in a couple of these, but when you go put it on the eye, this one and this one have some sparkle you might be able to see. But when you put it on the eye, they basically look like mattes. And this is great for like kind of a muted tone down. There's nothing bright in here, but it's so pretty. Yeah, Anna Lee, I think you're talking about this one, and I love this one too. I think it's so gorgeous. Um, $5. Go to Walmart and pick you one up. Pick you one up. That was not good grammar, but that's okay. I'm just an English teacher. Sometimes when I'm not teaching other things. I need some water. I need to drink more water. Do you guys drink enough water? How do you do it? Mm. It's just I know people put lemon and all sorts of stuff in it. I just need to remember. I drink tea, but then tea is a what do they call it? A diuretic, where actually makes you dehydrated. And so I need even more. So anyway, here's another one that we recently got, and I have not done my 3 looks with this one yet, but this is set up for October, so hopefully I will get to it next month. My one sweet rose beauty. Hi, welcome. I'm trying to get everybody. I think I missed some people. Oh, L Parks is here. There's a couple other people I think I missed that came through. So this is the ColourPop. Sorry, this is the ColourPop Tinkerbell. I was so excited about this. It's one of the few that I was like, I need it now, and I bought it even though I know these will go on sale, but I wanted it right away because I wanted to beat you all. I wanted to be cool faster than you guys are cool. And if you got it too, then congratulations. We're cool together. But this is such a beautiful. This is almost more like this is fairy fall, right? This could easily be spring, and it can easily be fall because these greens are more bright and light. And if you are more in the playful sort of thing, that might be great. It also has these neutrals here, so it works really well. And then this kind of is a neutral as well. And then the greens can kind of be added in there for a little bit of pizzazz, but it is so pretty. It's so cute. I think it makes a really great fall palette, and I think this was a great time to release that. They could have released it in the spring, but I think that this time right now is really good because I think we're really loving greens right now, and we're loving something like that that's a little bit more on the lighter side, not really on the grungy side of green. Now, for something completely different, hold on to your seats, hold on to whatever it is, swallow your drink because you might spit it out. Something completely different. I'm just going to open it up and show you. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is the Paprika Palette from Glam Shop Poland. Oh my goodness. I'm turning it this way so that it doesn't, otherwise it gets washed out by the light, by the ring light there. So I turn it at an angle. This is mostly reds. There's some oranges. These look this looks more yellow on the screen. It's not, it's actually a bright orange. It's like almost a neon orange. This is more of a red. Yeah, it looks red there. And then this is of course the deep red that it looks like. So we've got basically 3 reds, 3 red mattes and an orange matte. And then the rest of these are all shimmers, and they are so pretty. So gorgeous. I know I talked to you guys about this when it first came in. And so I think you can, if you go back and see that, I mean, you'd have to go through all my lives because I don't remember which one it was. But I also have this set for the October lineup. So hopefully I'll be getting some looks from this. I'm not going to swatch these because otherwise I'm just going to sit here and swatch them all night. And like I said, I'm trying to get through these so I can start putting stuff on my face because that's why you all came. Well, you all came because of me, because I'm fabulous and adorable and cute, but you're staying because you want me to see stuff. You want me to put stuff on my face, right? Maybe that's my mind. Sydney Grace, love so much. I did want to show you. Where is it? Right here. I can feel it because it's textured. I finally got a palette. This is from Amazon, and I mentioned this on my IG. And I put most of my singles that I got in their sale. This one got a little bit of cracked in it. Got a little bit cracked. I can't speak today, apparently. But it still is intact. So look at that. Now that's another great fall color story, but I didn't put it in this lineup because I wanted palettes that you actually could acquire. So here's the Sydney Grace Temptalia, and this one is on the horizon. This is the one with her little puppy dog out there, right? And so that's what it looks like. To me, this is kind of a cross between spring and fall, but it's more on the grungy spring fall than the Tinkerbell one. Chris and Jenny just popped in. Hi, welcome. Join the party. And so we've got these beautiful, like this is a matte, this is a matte, this is a matte, this is a matte. This is the dark one, so it comes in dark and light. Excuse me, I got the dark one because I just figure it's easier to blend that out with a lighter color and lighten it up, and then you can also use it to darken up, if that makes sense. I know that didn't come out like I had intended, but I love these blues and the greens, and then you've got a little bit of the mauve, and then the kind of the orangish toned, coppery toned. So just really beautiful. I think this is great for kind of an everyday wear, but the formula, oh, spectacular. So I had to definitely put one of those in there. That is also in the lineup for October. So hopefully you'll start seeing these. And I switch them around as I get going. But Blue Levine, is it Levine or Livin? Blue Livin, and Makeup with Susie are with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next one. Oh, I can't even believe I haven't gotten into this one yet, but I think I'm actually kind of saving it because it's partly I don't want to be disappointed. I'm so excited about actually putting this on my eyes, but then I'm like, I hope I don't put it on my eyes and I'm like, well, all my looks look the same, or like it's boring, or I'm not inspired, or something like that. This is also in the October lineup. This is Menagerie Flight Club. You guys know this palette well. That's what it looks like on the inside. You know I'm a purple fiend. And so this is actually my only purple palette in this bunch. You should congratulate me. And I actually don't have that much purple. I try to like diversify a little bit, but this is such a gorgeous palette. So I'm really excited to see what looks I come up with that are great for fall. There's some of the berries and mauves and whatnot, but it's really quite a good purple palette. Yeah, so I do so you're saying that you do a different palette every time you do your makeup. I actually do a palette for 3 days, and that's so that I can kind of push myself out of my comfort zone and make sure that I'm doing different looks. But yeah, I like to hear what other people are doing to make sure that they're utilizing their whole collection. And I used to do like one palette for 5 days and then do whatever I wanted on the weekend, but that just I wasn't making it through my palettes. So actually I was pretty proud of myself because the Tom Ford came in today. There's a possibility another one will come in tomorrow, but it also might not come in until the 1st. And then technically that is one for October. But that means that I think I only got 6 palettes this month. So my objective is to acquire less palettes than I'm using in a month so that I can be getting through my collection. And so that is because I use 10 a month if I use them, for 3 days each. And so that mission accomplished. Finally, I think that this is probably the first month I've actually accomplished that since I started hoarding palettes. Now, these are the 2 that I'm actually going to use tonight and give you 2 looks, and we'll see how they go. So, I love Juvia's Place. So I had to pick this one up. This is not my normal color story, but it is so beautiful. Yeah, I have a lot too. I haven't counted them, but I think that there might be around that. And most of them, almost all of them, that were acquired this year. And I'm thinking, cha-ching, how much money did I spend on palettes? Let's not talk about that. Anyway, so this Juvia's Place, this is the Nomad. She's got her little harvest hat on here. It's so cute. And this is what it looks like. Very much not my typical, but I really, really like this. I don't know. For some reason, I'm suddenly into the oranges and yellows and greens. I don't know why, but this year, I still love my purples and my pinks and that sort of thing. But man, anyway, the Pretty Glamour is here. So I'm going to be doing this on one eye tonight. And the last one is a Spute the Flare palette. Let's do it this way. Marlene Face for Glory is in. Thank you for coming in. This is what this palette looks like. Look at this. Is this not fall? Like, this is so fall. This is the epitome of fall. I think this is probably the perfect fall color story, except I feel like there needs to be a darker purple and maybe a black, or at least a deep gray. I think that would be the only thing that would make it better. And I think that there's kind of a, more orange than there needs to be. I think you could have done one orange with the red and maybe even darken up that red. I don't know. And then there's well, there's not two yellows. There's this bright green and then there's this neutral yellow. You can't see as well on the screen, but trust me, that's what they look like. Anyway, I'm going to take off my glasses. So that means I don't see you guys anymore. Actually, before I do that, just kidding. I'm going to zoom you in, and you all know how my technology works around here. I grab the books that my computer's sitting on, which my phone is sitting on. My phone is sitting on the books. It's kind of like, the wart on a frog on a log and the hole in the bottom of the sea sort of thing. That's kind of how my setup is here. Oops. My eye primer just fell over. Okay, so now we've zoomed you in. Eventually I'll get all fancy. I think maybe I'll ask my husband for a fancy, like not fancy, but a nice camera for Christmas. I don't know, or my birthday or something. So what are the things that I like about fall? Everything. Except there's probably two things that I don't like as much. One thing is I don't like that it is foretelling the coming winter. I like snow for about a day and a half, and then after that, I'm like, okay, let me go back to the Caribbean. We're good. Tropical weather is great. I love spring. I love fall. I don't like up here in Minnesota, it's like 4 months in between, 5-6 months in between. Yeah, no. So I don't like the cold weather, but I do love pretty much everything else. I love the food. I love pumpkin. Oh, I love pumpkin. I love cinnamon. I love, anything that like hot chocolate, any of that kind of stuff. I love bonfires. I love the smell of wood smoke. Absolutely love it. That's one of my favorite things in the fall when people start to use their wood stoves. And it's less and less that people have wood stoves, but I love that smell. When you're driving by a house and you're like, I can smell the wood smoke. Love it. I love candles. I love burning candles in the house. I love the colors of fall. All the colors of fall are like spectacular. I love the weather. I love the clothes. I love going back to school. Actually, I start classes next month, so I'm pretty excited about that because I'll be starting my doctoral classes up again. So hopefully I will be able to finish that up. And what else do I like about fall? Oh, I love my birthday's in fall, so I'm a fall baby. And sometimes my birthday lands on Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. It is, to me, Thanksgiving is like Christmas day one. Well, actually, it's not. It's like fall, Christmas, or I'm sorry, Thanksgiving starts like September 1st and goes all the way through Thanksgiving. And then on Thanksgiving Day, after you eat the turkey and you take a little nap, then you get up and you decorate for Christmas. To me, that's how it works. What I am not a fan of Halloween. Don't hate me. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the history of it. I'm not a fan of kind of the tradition of it. I don't mind like, the candy trick-or-treating decorations, stuff like that, whatever. But the idea of like being entertained by fear and death and destruction and evil. Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm good. I'll stick with my turkey and my Christmas trees. So anyway, I did want to show you this. So some people were asking me, and I did promise I would show this in my live. And I will have this posted, but this palette is from Beauty Bay. And it was together with this one and a water activated liner palette that I also have and use. It's actually sitting right here. So there's the water activated liner palette that goes with it. And this was like $12 or something like that. It's crazy cheap price. This is such a good bright neon matte palette. So good. People ask me what was the look. I made a post today, or I put a post up today that was actually a mascara comparison that I do frequently. And I had a look which was like red, kind of grungied out red here, and then bright green in the crease, right up in here in a cut crease sort of thing. This was the palette. And I used this palette to deepen it up a little bit. This is the e.l.f. Mad for Mattes, and that's in my pan basket over there. So I use it fairly consistently. Actually, I'm going to be using it more and more in the fall and winter and whatnot to kind of deepen looks up a little bit as I feel like I want to go there. So this is the palette that I used. It's spectacular. I'll talk to you guys more about that when I do the post of those looks. So chaos is your middle name. Halloween is a lifestyle, not a holiday. You know, it's so funny. I know a lot of people love Halloween, and it's funny. I see people getting so excited for it, and I kind of laugh. Apparently my phone thinks that I need to be, I think it does that every week, and I forget to like turn that alarm off. I don't know what that alarm is on for, but anyway. All right, so let's do 2 looks. I'm going to do one on each eye. I think I'll start with this guy. And kind of just the looks that I've been enjoying right now. This is my Essence I Love Stage Eye Primer, and it is in my project pan, and I've taken out the stopper already. It's almost gone, but we're going to keep scraping it until it's completely gone. Oops, I got some. I came back from running around and whatnot, and I had my look on from earlier today and had to quick wash it off my face. So using my oils, because that's what I use to wash my face. I do not use cleansers on my face. I will use, like if they send me ointments and things like that, I will use them. I won't use cleansers because it's bad for your face. Fight me. Okay, now I can't see anything, so I gotta pick this up. My hubby cup. It says hubby on it. That's why I say it's my hubby cup. It's also supposed to be my hubby's cup, but I stole it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put some, I'm basically going to go kind of deep and dark and grungy out here, and then I'm going to use the golds on the inside, but I'm going to try to cut it out a little bit. So I'm going to do a little bit of this cut crease thingy that I've been doing, but a little bit messy. So I'm going to, so this is the Juvia's Place palette that I was talking about. I think I'm going to start with this deep green. And this is how I like to do it. Actually, maybe I should have grabbed a smaller brush, or not a smaller brush, but a thinner brush. I'm actually, forget that. We'll use that later to smudge it out and whatnot, deepen up the outer. I'm actually going to go in with this. This is one, oh man, what was the name? I forget. These ones came in boxy add-ons. I bought them because they look like they'd be pretty good, and they seem to be so far. So it's a little angled brush, and I like to use these for this look. Sorry, I will try to not hide from you. And I kind of did this last time too when I was doing the looks with the Tinkerbell. So I'm going to do this messy because it doesn't have to be very precise at all, but I'll just kind of make the shape. So I just kind of do that, and then I'll just get the rest of this off the brush. And I like to do this because then I make sure that it's where it's seen above the hood there. And then I'll go into this, and I'm going to kind of tap it in the corner, and I just kind of rotate. So I'm not swiping it against the skin at all. It's just kind of dancing in the corner, and I'm pushing it in. And then I start to kind of press it out a little bit. Bring it in along the lash line so it's almost like a liner there. Tap a little bit more. I don't tap off my brushes usually. I should sometimes because I do get fallout sometimes that can be a little, especially when I get blues and I do this and then suddenly they're all flicked on the inside of my nose. But I haven't learned my lesson yet, so whatever. Okay, so I'm going to basically follow this line. And y'all know me, if you've been around, I don't do super clean, neat looks. I just kind of do whatever I need to do. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm actually want to use a little bit smaller brush because it's just, I want a little bit cleaner, and it's going to end up getting all over the place. I want to keep this a little bit more open because I want to put some of that bright yellow down there. So I'm going to tap back into that, and this is an e.l.f. brush. If you guys have recommendations for good affordable brushes that I should add to my collection, let me know. I'm tempted to get a couple of the Profusion $4 brushes that they have at Walmart. I know the ones that are in the palettes are quite good, and so I'm curious how the ones will be that are $4, because those are supposed to be a little bit higher end, and people compare them to you know which one I'm talking about. You know the company I'm talking about. What are they? The one that just did the Cinderella palette. It's right on the top of my tip of my tongue. Not top of my tongue, tip of my tongue. Oh, why can't I think of what the name of it is? You guys can help me out. You're probably shouting at me right now, and I'm not even looking. I'm going to go into this grungier, like poopy green here in the corner. And I'm not cleaning off the brush at all. I'm just going to let the colors kind of go together. And I'm just going to put this on the outside and use this to blend out that deeper color a bit, to kind of bring a dimension. This is what I like to do with kind of monochromatic looks, is just build the different colors on it. Even the look I did today, which is kind of a purple look, but I had like reds and oranges and purples and all that in it. I just kind of blended them together so it kind of looked monochromatic. And you all know my situation here is my lighting sucks. So, you know, we do what we do. But we're going to try to build this up into kind of a grungy sort of eye right over here on the side. Kind of a dusky sort of eye. Luxie brushes. I don't have any Luxie yet. I've seen them on BoxyCharm, but I haven't gotten them. e.l.f. and Morphe brushes. Yeah, I've got quite a few of e.l.f. I don't have any Morphe. Profusion. Yeah, I've got those from the palettes too. And those have been really great. Okay, so I'm going to take the orange, and I'm also, the brush is pretty clean because I've gotten most of the color off. So I'm not going to clean it off because I don't mind. If you're going grunge, okay, so we invented grunge back in my era, right? I am from the era of grunge. And so it was really, you open the palette, you have your little sponge tip applicator. There were no brushes at that time. You know, we didn't do, I remember trying to use the brushes from like a paint, like a watercolor paint thing, and I was like, maybe this will work. It didn't, because those are like plastic stiff brushes. But I tried, you know, A for effort. But yeah, and that was kind of a disaster. But you know, you do what you can do. So I'm gonna not clean this off, but I'm gonna try to pop the brighter of the two yellows, right there on the lid, because I don't want it to be a cut crease. I don't want it to be that precise. I just kind of want to have the yellow here at the bottom with the green kind of at the top, and then we'll blend it all together and see how it all works out. I'm going to put a little bit of shimmer and stuff on there too. But actually, maybe I shouldn't do shimmer. Since we're doing grunge, did I say we were going to do grunge? I was thinking we were going to do grunge because this has been such a hot topic, is grunge. Everybody wants to do grungy looks, right? But yeah, like I said, you know, I come from the era of grunge. We invented it. And like I said, out of necessity, because our stuff wasn't pigmented. You know, you couldn't get bright colors that you have now. It's just, if you did, they were way out of our price range for those of us, you know, the majority. And so we just tried to make it work. So we just were like, we intend it to be dark and dreary because that's the only colors we had. But then we were also rebelling because, you know, it's cool to be dark and dreary when your parents want you to be all bright and happy. At least that was our thought. Where's that other brush I had? Here it is. Is that it? I think that's it. So this is a little thicker of a brush, or yeah, just fluffier. So this will help to blend it out a little bit more. We also didn't blend very well because, like I said, we only have the sponge tip applicators. So we just smudge it out there and then hope for the best. And the smudgier, the better. So this is not very authentically grunge. But it's kind of, I'm feeling it. I'm going to clean this brush off, the fluffier of the brushes. Lord knows I have enough brushes. I don't have to clean it off, but, I like to limit my brush use. Even though I don't mind, how you doing down there, Rainbow? She's sitting at my feet. She's like, Mommy, maybe if I sit here, you'll hurry up and come take me outside. I have enough brushes to use, but I just like using, I don't know, for some reason, I like using the same brush. So I'm going into that flesh tone, kind of that nudie, white people nude right here. I mean, it's not just white people, but the paler nude, I should say. And I'm just hitting the edges with this because I want to go ahead and blow it out a little bit and make it nice and soft. Even though, like I said, this is not authentically grungy at all, because it would be a lot more. So this is what I like to do for my eyes, because I like the depth up here. It kind of helps to give an illusion that there's more of a crease up here. And then by putting the brighter color here, it helps to open up the eye a little bit. If you compare kind of the right with the left, it feels like it's a little more open because of that spot of bright yellow on the lid. Now I can put this shimmer on there, but I really don't want to. I kind of want to just leave it the way that it is. Where's my white? That's got to get another one. I had one out here, but it apparently disappeared. So maybe I threw it away. I don't know. Yeah, I could totally put that in there, but I think I'm going to put it just in the inner corner. Give a little bit reflect, just using my pinky. Tap that there, not top it there, but tap it there. And there we've got a little bit there. Now I could use this brush and go into that dark chocolate brown. And then I'm going to use this to kind of line the bottom a little bit. But again, because my eyes, just the eye shape that I have, I don't like to come in super far. So I only go in about halfway. And then I'm going to go on the top, and we'll just tap that on the top lash line just to give a little bit of depth there. It's not going to be an obvious liner at all. You also could dampen this, and that gives you a little bit more distinction. Make a little bit of a wing, but this is more like a shadow wing. It's barely even a wing, but there is a little bit. You see that little tiny bit of a shadow? So there you go. That would be my grungy look. So this is kind of taking my typical everyday look and grunging it up. Now, if I wanted to make it deeper, this palette here is really good for that. This, the palette that I'm working with, the Juvia's Place palette, has basically everything it needs to make it grungy. But if I was using brighter colors, I could use this and then use this right here. Everything's falling down around me. My whole world is falling apart. This is a nice, like a charcoal gray, really dark, deep charcoal gray, not quite black, but it's close. Yeah. Jidnea. I can't separate that name. Jidneakterkoly. I can't separate that into syllables and make it sound right for me. So, yeah, I basically, my eye brushes are here. I just go through them. And then, but I do want some more, like I want more pencil brushes. And I could use more, like there's one angled brush that I really like. Actually, this one I just used is pretty good, but it's a little smaller. This is the one I really like. This came from Ipsy, I think. But this is a nice, thin, really sharp edge. And that's what I like about this one. And it's also longer. And so that helps to, kind of, you don't have to worry about going off or whatever. But anyway, so that's basically what I would do with just kind of my basic kind of deepened up look for that I would use in the summer or spring or any other time. And then I want to make it more, grungy, deeper for fall. I just kind of take that dark color over the top and I work that in first, and then I put that bright color. You can also start with the bright color, but I find that when you do that, it becomes more, for me, the tendency is to make it like get the darker colors into it a little bit more. So I find that by keeping that spot open and intentionally keeping it open and more or less clean, and then putting the lighter color on, it tends to make me help me make it more like a cut creasy sort of thing. It's not at all, but that's kind of the idea. So now the other thing, so this is if you don't want a lot of color, right? There's not a lot of color over here. It's pretty neutral for me. It's super neutral. But now, you thought we were going to be all neutral. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to do kind of a sunset over the lake, that sort of thing. Let me get back into my, where are you? I literally just saw my eye primer, but I'm also blind right now because I don't have my glasses on. So you know how it is. If you wear glasses, you need to have your glasses on for anything. It's like when you're looking for somebody's house, you're driving the car, you have to turn off the radio, right? Because you can't see where their house is if the radio's on. Why is that? Why do our senses go together? Like, we need to focus so much. So we have to shut down all the other senses to make it work. This is going to probably be officially panned this week. I'm going to maybe try to scrape out the bottom because there might be a little bit left in there. But I am pretty much at the end of this. I like I like it. I mean, I've used it clearly up, and I haven't had an issue with it. So, I'm going to use the one that I was talking about, the brush I was talking about, to really, this one is going to be kind of clean. I'm going to do kind of a double wing, and it's going to be a whole different ball game to speak of. I'm going to start with Acorn. Oh, I'm sorry. Acorn is this dark brown here. Whoops, this dark brown here, IG. You can see that? There you go. I said there you go as if you had answered me. That's okay. And I'm going to, what I do is I tap it in on the sides. I don't tap it directly, but I just kind of lay it down and get the sides more than, I don't know why I do that. I just do. So then I'm going to start basically, so opening my eye, and then right above there, I want this line. So this one's going to be a lot more exact than the other side. So I want this line to basically go right above where my actual crease is. But it'll kind of just blend in when my eye is completely open. It'll kind of just blend into the lashes. And then I'm going to come down a little bit, follow my lash line, and then I'm going to bring it out and swoop it up. All right, so we have that wing. Now y'all know I have done some work with graphic liners, like water activated liners. I'm not very good at them, and I don't think it's because necessarily I don't have the skill for it. Although that could be part of it, but it's mostly because my eyes, my eyes, because they're older and there's more texture and they're hooded and there's just all of these variables to worry about. There's no room to, I mean, when I do water activated liners, it emphasizes every error that I make. And so I don't want to worry about that. So yeah, I'm going to use this teeny tiny little pencil brush. This is from AOA Studio. It came in their set with the little case that comes. It's like $10 for a set of 10. So speaking of cheap brushes, oh yeah, by the way, if you want cheap brushes, AOA Studio are kind of the best I've found from Shop Miss A. So now I'm taking this and I'm going to smudge out that brown. I just tapped it into the brown and I'm smudging it. I don't want to mess with the bottom of the line. I just am smudging the top and the middle, just to make it a little bit thicker. and to blow it out a little bit. And I'm not going to go to the end. I don't want to go to the tail because I want to keep it a little bit more refined here, because you see my brow. My eyebrow starts right there. So I don't want to run into that. All right, so then I'm going to go into the next lighter of those orange colors, which is the hazelnut. That's here. I'm going to not clean off my brush because I don't need to. I'm going to tap again. I'm just kind of tapping the sides of the brush. And then I'm aiming this for right at the edge. So I want the center of this, the point of this, to be right at the edge of that deep dark. Because what will happen is it will add more orange to the outside at the same time that it's blurring out the inside and blending the two colors together. And you're going to see how this works beautifully like this. The colors just become one. Takes a little bit of patience. You don't have to do it like this if you don't want. Or you could do a different shape if you want. Also, I'm not coming all the way in, and I'm not going all the way to the outside. So this middle part will be thicker than the outer and inner part. And that's just my preference for my eye shape, but you can do you. Because, you know, it's a free country still, unless, you know, certain people change that. All right, so, but we're not talking politics in this particular one. All right, so that's it smudging out. Now I'm going to just clean it a little bit because I don't want it to get muddy, and I would like a little bit of a clean transition to the pumpkin. So pumpkin is this brighter orange right in the middle. Excuse me. And again, I'm not swirling it. I'm just tapping it in there, kind of the edges. And I'm starting more in the middle again, and I'm aiming again for the edge that we've already created, so that it's just expanding that edge out. And I'm not going all the way in, and I'm not going all the way out. I'm just focusing this mostly on the middle half. So basically the outer quarter and the inner quarter I'm leaving those alone. See how that works? It's pretty pretty. And you can literally do this with any progression of colors as long as they blend into each other. So as long as they are compatible. We can talk about colors sometimes too. That might help. Cider. We're going to go into cider, which is this, what do they call this? Mustard yellow. Whew, couldn't think of it. Cider yellow, but also mustard yellow. And again, right in the middle, aiming for the edge of what we already did. And just coming down. We can kind of blend these a little bit, right? I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder of my phone, basically the screen of my phone. That's not a very good idea, but I get a little bit clearer picture. But oh my goodness, that what is it called? It's not the blend, it's not the graduation, although that is what I'm saying, but it's not the word I'm looking for. Starts with a V. What's the word I'm looking for, guys? I don't know. What is the word? When it goes gradually from one color to the next. Anyway, it's looking really cool, really awesome, really pretty. And I don't think I want much more than that. Because I don't want to get it too high. All right. So there's my green. I'm sorry. That's totally not green. There's my orange. Now we're going to go into the blues or the greens. And I'm going to actually clean off this corner, this edge brush, because actually maybe, yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to tap into Forest Pine. Forest Pine is right in the middle at the bottom. And it's this like teal blue green color. It's suitable that it's right between the blues and the greens because it really is that in between. So again, I just tap the sides of the brush. I'm going to start this at the where the bottom lash line comes up. I'm not going to connect it to this. It's basically going to be like we have two separate lines, two separate wings. Kind of like that. And I want to come down a little bit more, so I'm going to cheat it down a little bit. And then I'm going to come in. Now I see that I'm smudging a little bit here. So tap that out so that it doesn't get smudgy and whatnot. I'm probably not going to keep this on because I do have some stuff to do with people after this. And I don't want them to be like, what in the world, girl? What have you done? I'm pulling this down on the bottom lash line. About 2/3 of the way in. But I want the outer edge to be a little bit clean. And then I'm going to tap this again and just kind of fill that in. But I'll also make it a little thicker so it'll come more straight in. And then, so you see how I do that? I look straight ahead and I make this come from the outside of the wing to where I want it to be on the lash line. And then after I get that, then I close my eye and then I make it come down because if you got hooded eyes, that's what you're going to get, right? So that comes in and then I close my eye and it has that funny little angle to it because that's what we do with hooded eyes. We make it work. So then I'm going to grab another teeny tiny little brush. I guess this one. This is not as teeny tiny as I'd hope, but that's one we're going to grab. I'm going to go into Atlantis, which is the next. This is more of a blue. It's still a little bit teal, but it's more of a true blue. And I'm not really going to put too much of this, but I'm just going to kind of smudge this along the lash line and then use it to kind of smudge out the edge of this darker wing, just the top part. I don't want to smudge the bottom because I want to keep that pretty clean. So this is definitely, more of a look. If you want to do a look with a W, right? L-E-W-K, instead of L-O-O-K. You can kind of do it this way. So I'm pulling this in like this. So now when I open my eye like this is what I like. So when I open my eye and I look straight at you, you see that I have basically it's like a double wing. But then when I go like this, it's more emphasizing the openness of the top. But we're not done. I am not going to put a glitter glue down, even though I normally would do that for a shimmer. But I'm not going to right now because I'm not going to keep this look on because, they don't mash. They ain't no mash. I'm going to go into Bayberry. Is this really the color of Bayberries? Which is this light blue. This is more of a topper sort of color. So I'm going to kind of just bring it up to the top of that, the cut crease we've created. It does not have to be perfect at all because I don't mind some of the skin showing through because that's part of the fun of this look. In my opinion, you could say it's awful. I don't care. Go ahead. Tell me it's awful. I think it's cute. And then I'm going to go basically out here to the edge and just flick it out. I don't want it to be super solid or anything like that. Not looking for exactness, but I am going to tap into it with my, I have a nose itch. I'm going to tap into it with my finger and just in the center, make sure that it's well pigmented and then also down right on the lash line. So that's what we've got. So we've got the blue at the bottom and the orange at the top, and this is what it looks like when I open my eye. And if I look at you, and if I look at YouTube and Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, okay, now to bring them together, what I will do is take my little brush that I was using, where is it? There, with the oranges, and I'm going to tap into Pumpkin and Cider, the two lighter of the mattes, and I'm going to just take this in the inner corner a little bit. And just bring this back to meet that blue. Now, normally I would also put something in my waterline or something like that, but you don't have to. But this just brings the yellow. It almost wraps the orange around, and you totally could do that. I just tend not to do that because of the way that my eyes are kind of oily right in here, and it smudges. If it's going to smudge anywhere, it's going to smudge right there. So I just make the illusion that it's wrapped around. And then the other thing that you can do is I can go into Firefly, which is the orange shimmer. That's right here. And I'm going to use this as an inner corner highlight. It's not really a highlight because it's dark, but I don't care because I'm a rebel, y'all. Now the shimmers tend to stay a little bit better than the mattes. So this allows me to kind of wrap it around to the top. And now the looks come together because I've got the orange here to the blue. I'm going to take my little pencil brush that I was using for the blue up here, and I'm going to pop down here, smudge this out a little bit. I'm always careful with blue because if it gets too low, it just looks like I'm discolored. But I think that's okay. And I also could use, actually, let me do that. Go back into the other, even though this is so much smaller, but that's okay. I'm going to go into Cider, which is that yellow, and I'm going to bring that further in and under the blue. So it's another way to kind of bring the colors together. You can't tell really well because, you know, my camera situation. But I did put that yellow just on the bottom part of that blue to kind of bring those colors together. So even though they are quite different, but you can also do this with very similar. Like I could easily have done this, you know, I could keep the orange and I could do like these reds in the corner. And that would make it a lot more similar. Or I could even put like the greens because the greens match a little bit more with the oranges. So there's definitely, you know, or do a neutral, something like that. Do black, whatnot. But I think this is a fun way to add color for fall. A little bit more graphic way. This is a way to add color in a typical smoky eye sort of thing. So I don't know. What do you guys think? How's my artistry? I've been really liking this sort of look. I haven't done a lot of looks like this, but I like this kind of, I like to do a cut crease like this, even though it's maybe more time consuming than just cutting it out. But to me, it looks more appropriate for my eye shape. Because again, you know, you see if I look straight up at the camera, everything's hidden. And it's just like, but then you can see the orange, right? And now what I have is I have a double wing. And that I think looks super cool. But I also could do that with the same color if I wanted to. But, you know, that would be too ordinary and usual. And I don't want to be ordinary and usual. I want to be unusual. This one, on this side, when I look up at you like that and everything is hidden, you see a little bit of the color on the inside and then you see the shade on the outside. But I really, it looks like I really went up high with the color, but I really didn't. Because you see, once I do this, all you see is the brow bone. That's the only thing that exists. So you kind of have to work with your own eye shape and get to know it a little bit. Don't be afraid to experiment, but do things like, you know, like right now I'm experimenting at night. And I think this is the best example of this shape, this look that I have done. And now I want to frame it and keep it, even though this is not quite sharp enough, but you can do that. Ha, look at that. You can just take your finger along that and just, and that sharpens it up. So cute. All right. Anyway, I'm digging the look. I'm not putting mascara on or anything like that, but you guys get an idea. Maybe I should put mascara on for the pictures because I will take pictures and put those on my timeline to show you guys an example of the fall looks. So maybe I'll just pop something on. I have enough mascara for sure. So, all right, guys, that's all I've got. I think we've been, how long have we been at this? Let me see. An hour and 4 minutes. Hey, that's good timing. We did good. So on Sunday's going to be a long live. A long live. No, a long live because I'm going to have my monthly wrap up. Man, I'm trying to decide if I should do this all at the same time, but I kind of want to get it all taken care of, which means my ranking my palettes that I've used in this month of September. Excuse me. Showing you any new goodies that I've gotten, and there's been a few. Not a ton, but there's a couple things here. Some stuff from Influencer that came in, and that sort of thing. And then a clothing haul from Walmart that I wanted to show you guys, some fall slash clearance stuff that I'm going to show you guys and be like, this is what I'm going to put it together and come up with some outfits that I'll show you guys. And then some empties, and then changing out my baskets, because I've got my monthly basket here that I take from, and then I switch it out every month so that I have. Charlie was talking about that. Miss Charlie was talking about that. That she goes in and switches them out regularly. That's how I use mine. Is I have a project pan of the stuff that I'm trying to get out. Not necessarily that I don't like, but that I'm trying to move on. Excuse me. And then I have a basket with my monthly stuff that I'm using for that month, and I'm really trying to get it to know it. So when I bring something new in, sometimes I sneak it and put it right on top of the monthly. Like for example, these Nabla, these went in. Those got snuck in. They snuck it in because I wanted to, and I can, because I make the rules, because it's my game. Anyway, so that was, yeah, that's the one that I've been using, kind of alternating. So I alternate between those two for basically everything except eyeshadow. And I also don't have lipsticks in there because I have so many lipsticks. Or glosses and whatnot, and I need to rethink my lippy situation. But yeah, I'm going to be going through all that stuff. So I think Sunday, that's going to be a long one. So we'll buckle up, Buttercup. Is that what it is? I don't know. It's something else. Anyway, I'll take pictures of these looks so that you guys can kind of get an idea. I hope that you learned something. I hope you got some ideas, some inspiration. And, my looks are a little bit weird and funky, but I enjoy them. So hopefully you do too. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching the collab. Thank you so much. I want to thank my friends in our little small beauty creators. What is the name of our group? Small beauty creators. Anyway, we have our group that's for small beauty creators on YouTube, and I want to thank them all for collaborating with me. It was a lot of fun. Happy fall. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.